Hey there, mousies. So today is kind of a unboxing. I lost the original footage that I did for the SketchBox June box. So I'm just going to redo it again and hopefully it will stick this time. So this is the SketchBox June unboxing. This is the featured artist, Nicola Shaver. And so first out of the gate is the kneaded putty rubber eraser from Winsor & Newton. This looks super plasticky, like it has a coating, but it's actually the rubber. So I thought it was plasticky, and I'm trying to peel the plastic off, and there's no plastic. So that's the first item. And then the next item is this Alvin graphite pencil. It is a lead pencil holder. So this one I thought was a bit on the cheap side. And I'm going to show you the other one that I have that is actually, in my opinion, better than this one. Yes, here we go. So this is the pencil that it came with. This barrel, it's very plasticky. It has these little weird ridges. Huh, honey? So here are the ridges that they have. It's like, trying to get it to focus a little bit better. Here we go. So here you can see there's like these little line ridges. So it's for a very awkward feel. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of this. And there is no eraser or anything that comes with it. And this little dot here is a little deceiving. I thought maybe that it was used to sharpen the pencil. And I'll show you why I thought that in a minute. So this is my pencil from Staedtler. It's a Mars Technico. It's 2H and it has this metallic, it's more like a drafting pencil, but I like it because it's very, very light. The lead is really light. And there's another reason why I like it. So when you push out the lead pencil in the top here, on the top, you see there's a hole, right? That's why I thought this had the same thing, but I thought it was just a smaller lead. So you take this off and you sharpen it in here. Now it's not the greatest sharpener, but it does the trick. And it gets you a super fine point. So that's why I thought it was I thought that the hole was a sharpener and it wasn't. And then what's left inside of here, I would probably say actually let me put it in here. I would probably say to put it in a little container. Because then you can actually mix it with a little bit of linseed oil and make your own kind of liquid chalk. And liquid pencil, you say, right? I never heard of, yeah.
Look at this.
I know, it's big and chunky.
Look at this.
Yes, okay. So this is a graphite also that came in the box. It's a 2B Lyra. And this writes really dark. It didn't come with the sharpener, so I would probably just use a craft cutter, a craft blade for this. And these are the liquid pencils that it came with. So this, I'm going to go into extreme detail. Nope, honey, wrong box. This I'm going to go into detail in a little bit, and I'm going to show how to exactly use this in detail. I wasn't sure exactly how to use this, so I had to Google it, and I found a YouTube video by Jerry's Artorama. So I'll put the link below so this way you can see and watch the video yourself on a couple of different uses on how to use liquid pencil. They came in two different hues, yellow and blue. And it also came with this KingArt angled dagger, number, what, 1/8? 1/8. And it also came with this bamboo mixed media. How many? This is 265 GSM, 125 pound paper. And it's for mixed media, acrylic, and pastel. And here is me. I tested a couple of the graphites on here. So here's the pencil, which is pretty dark. And then here's the thick pencil, which gets super dark. And then this is my pencil. As you can see, it is super light in comparison to these two. Oops. And the kneaded eraser. So I'm just gonna pop into, oh, and it also came with this. Let me give a recap. So it came with the Creta 9-piece graphite set. I like the Creta colors because they're very soft and smooth to use. And it came with this leather, polishing leather also. It has one large graphite stick, two small graphite sticks, 3 graphite pencils, and a graphite holder, pencil holder. And then it came with the polishing leather also. This is a really good set. I'm going to probably give this to my sister because she's been drawing a lot more. And I think this is great for her to experience using graphite on different levels with different types. So like with the stick, with the wide stick, with the pencil, and then using the polishing leather. So, okay, now I'm going to pop into how to use the liquid pencil. Okay guys, I'm back. So this I wanted to kind of go over a little bit in detail because I actually didn't know how to use liquid pencil. So I actually kind of went on YouTube and found a video by Jerry's Artorama, and I'll put the link in the description below, to how exactly this works. So there's two different ways of using it. So as you see on the right side, this is, I'm gonna go all the way in because this is important. So this, I basically put a thick layer down of the yellow that came in the SketchBox. And I'm sure you're probably like, my reaction was, it's not yellow. So the way that it works is the undertone is yellow. As you can see here, it's got like a undertone of the pencil. So I'm going to take this top layer off of here and kind of use it on the left side. So what Jerry's Artorama said was basically you can use it almost like a watercolor swatch, but for pencil. So you could do a whole page of it, let it dry, because this is the re-wetting formula. You could go back in and actually wet it again and then use it almost like a watercolor swatch on a paper, which I thought was pretty cool. The only thing I really particularly didn't like about it was that it's not a true like color. It's more like a graphite with a undertone color. It's not like watercolor. It doesn't have like a color hue to it. As you can see, it's completely different. So I'm just kind of like seeing what exactly I can do with it and kind of how to utilize it. I think, I don't know, I'm gonna have to wait and see how this looks when it dries on how to use it, because there was also a blue in the box that it came with, and I don't like using too much water because I don't like my pages buckling. So I'm just going to test this out a little bit more on this end. So see here, you see the complete yellow undertone of it. So I'm not sure how exactly to use it and get that other undertone without completely wetting the paper, you know, because I'm not a huge fan of wetting paper unless it's for watercolor paper. And a small page like this can buckle really easy, and I don't really like doing that. So let's see, like this is true yellow. Like you could literally put a whole layer on top, and then the undertone is so yellow. It's not even yellow, it's like green, like a yellowy green. But you could see that the paper is starting to warp from the wetness. So this is why I'm not a huge fan of using, like I wish I would have known this before, because then I would have used my straight up watercolor paper, or actually my printmaking paper, which I wanted to use. And then I hesitated because I was like, oh, let me just use the paper they gave. So yeah, this is kind of, because it dries actually pretty quick, but you still have that issue with the warping of the paper, because in order to get like a good amount off of the liquid pencil, you have to like wet it a good amount because it kind of already absorbs into the paper. Okay, so here I got a bigger brush. This is a number 10. That's just generic Artist Loft watercolor brush. So these, I'm gonna snip these off. I'm very particular about I hate having like these extra threads here that go like crazy. I just snip them off because I want a clean stroke. I don't want no crazy chaotic pictures. Okay, so I'm wetting this with like a decent amount of water, and I'm gonna go in and see if I could pull a lot of this off. Yeah, that's much better. See, so this is definitely use a bigger brush, and this is a small paper. This is 3x4, so definitely use a bigger brush whenever you're using the liquid pencil, because then, you know, you have a little more control of the buckling and you don't have to re-wet it as much. Yeah, way better. Okay. Way better. Okay, so let's get rid of this back part. And it's cool because you can actually see like the pig, like if you were to grind up pencil shavings, like that's what it looks like, but in like really tiny forms. So I'm just gonna, there we go. See what a difference that made? Yeah, huge difference. Okay, so now I removed all the ink. Well, just about all of it. I have like a couple of little splotches that I didn't want to get on her face because I'm going to be using something else for that. But now you can see, you know, the heavy thickness of the, so I'm going to lay this down. This is the liquid pencil yellow color. Okay. I'm gonna lay that down pretty heavy, and then I'm gonna come back and remove it. And that should give me a nice yellow underneath. And I think the drying time definitely has a little play in it, just so it has time to be absorbed by the paper. So there you have it. It is, I guess it's kind of like it's definitely different to use. I mean, I've never used something like this before. That's why I love these like art boxes, because you know, I come across stuff that I never would have noticed in a store, and it's kind of like, oh wow, that's a cute surprise. So yeah, everything in this box was pretty good. The Creta I know is definitely good because I have one of the pencils, and the liquid pencils were $5 each for this. That's a little on the pricey side. The Alvin lead holder, that's this. I don't know. I don't particularly like how this feels. But I did draw well with it, you know, because it's actually good. It's a good lead. I just, the feel of the barrel just is weird to me. And the fact that there's no sharpener is annoying also. Because it's not like you could actually use a sharpener with this. You'd have to cut it down using either a box cutter or a craft knife in order to get a sharp point for that. So the Dagger, this, as always, I love KingArt paintbrushes, and any brush they have is really good quality. And the barrel, because I like to go like this, you know, like I always used to get, you know, criticized for doing anything like this, like drawing or using my pen when I would write and take notes, not to do it that way, and that this is the proper way to do it. But this is actually feels better, like more natural to me. So now I've actually reverted back to doing things this way because it's more comfortable with my hand. But this way I feel very stiff, and I don't feel, you know, freely to do anything. So this actually helps because it has like a bulb part of the barrel, and then it slims out. So this is actually really comfortable for me to use. And the Crayon Pencil, so this says it's 2B, but it is super dark. And I mean, this goes really dark. I just did it on here, and it's actually here, I'll do a little snip. That's just me doing it lightly. This is light. This is dark. So yeah, this goes a long way. But again, how would I even like, so here's my Krita sharpener. Like how do I, like you have to, oh, so next, the Winsor Newsom Medium Putty Racer. It's a putty eraser, obviously you know it's good. And here is the bamboo pad. This pad was really good. Like, I mean, not too much buckling, but it definitely did buckle a bit. So I'm probably gonna have to like put books on top of it to make sure that it flattens out before I finish this piece. But yeah, this box was actually really, really good. I love getting new stuff. I love testing new stuff out. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment below on maybe your way of using a liquid pencil, if you in fact ever have used it before. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, Mousies. Stay home, stay safe,